You know, every time I see Emma in that outfit, I can't help but think of that classic theme from Pride of the X-Men.
No place to hide, no place to run, no place to run. X-Men, it's the day.
Is it just me? Hey Toy fans, Rob here. Let's get these guys out of the box and see what they're all about. Hey Toy fans, Rob here. We are back with a couple of X-Men 97 figures. We've got Berto da Costa, Sunspot, and Emma Frost, the White Queen. Originally from the Inner Circle, but I believe on X-Men 97 they did finally say Hellfire Club, right? I'd have to go back and double check. Anyway, as you see here, we do have some blister cards featuring the characters. Each one features promo art for the character on the box, as well as the title of the show, X-Men 97. And the back of the packaging does feature a complete cross-sell of all of the other figures available in this wave, as well as a glamour shot of the figure inside. That's it for the introduction. Let's get these guys out of the box and see what they're all about. Alright, toy fans, here they are out of the packaging. Here they are out of the packaging. Let's just start with Sunspot. So, Sunspot is the same mold that we saw with the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man / the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends box set. Same articulation, same body mold. He just has a belt and a couple of boot pieces and glove pieces that just kind of separate him from this mold that we're used to seeing before. But I want to talk about the actual costume detail on this figure. The shade of yellow that they've given Sunspot does appear to be lighter than what we actually saw on X-Men 97. And it's curious because we have gotten deeper shades of yellow from Hasbro before. Here's a Deadpool wearing essentially the same costume, and they colored him in more of a goldenrod yellow color and not this pale yellow color that the Sunspot figure has. So when he doesn't match the animation, and when he doesn't match other figures in the same costume we've already received, I'm just not really sure what Hasbro was thinking there. Perhaps they planned to get to New Mutants proper at some point, and Hasbro just wanted to make sure you couldn't sub in this Sunspot figure when they want to try to sell you a different one later. Outside of the unusual color choice for the costume, Sunspot does have a fully sculpted belt, which is a nice touch, and his head sculpt is actually really nice. Looking at his head there, you can see he does have all kinds of sculpted detail in the hair. There's actually a couple of pieces that have been layered to create the effect that his hair has. So it looks pretty nice. All the way around the figure, he's got just an excellent head sculpt. Definitely the highlight of the figure here. Accessory-wise, Sunspot comes with 2 additional splayed-out hands, and then 2 different flame effects. Not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but there is actually a molded imprint of a fist inside the back of this fireball, and it just attaches snugly to the fist of this Sunspot figure. The other effect piece that Sunspot has is this fireball effect that almost has a Kirby crackle on the outside of it. It's a little unique. These pieces are actually glued together, they do not come apart, and you can grab your Sunspot figure with the splayed out hand and work his fingers into this effect, so he can then hold it and act like he's manipulating superheated plasma. Height-wise, Sunspot does stand right around 6¼ inches tall. For some size comparison, here we have X-Men 97 Sunspot compared to his X-Force counterpart from a few years ago. Here he is compared to his female teammates from the New Mutants in more modern costumes. And just for fun, here we have Sunspot compared to Sam Guthrie, Cannonball, also a member of the New Mutants, though he's not wearing a matching costume. Let's go ahead and get back to Slippy Heels McGee over here. So, for anybody paying attention, we already knew what to expect with this Emma Frost figure. Does she look the part? Absolutely. Does she have nice paint applications? Absolutely. But does she function as an action figure? Absolutely not. The articulation on this figure is the exact same that we saw with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Emma Frost from the Hellfire box set a couple of years ago. This new Emma has pinless knees, which is nice, I guess. Not that it helps her stand any better. And she also has double jointed elbows, which again is nice, except she's got this hard shell cape on her, so you're not going to be posing her arms very dynamically either. And hard plastic capes that ruin the fun is a bit of a running theme with Emma Frost figures, because we just got another Emma with the same problem last year. It's a playbook that Hasbro has unfortunately been turning to for Emma Frost going all the way back to 2008. At least the 2019 Walgreens exclusive Emma is footloose and fancy-free, and there was even one more Emma Frost that managed to avoid the hard plastic cape, the totally not Heidi Klum inspired Emma Frost from the Puck Wave a number of years ago. But I've made my gripes pretty obvious at this point, and I'm not the only one saying this. So Hasbro, please listen to the community. Cloth capes for Emma, and who cares if she wears heels in the comics, just give us flat feet so she can stand, huh? Accessory-wise, Emma Frost comes with a set of splayed-out hands and a set of fists, as well as 2 head sculpts, one with windswept hair, which looks pretty great, and then this other head with more straight-down hair to it. This is a really nice head sculpt. But of course, anytime we get a really nice blonde head sculpt, we have to test it out on one figure in particular. Yep, you guessed it, the Invisible Woman. And I gotta say, I think this head looks really, really nice on this figure. Kinda wish this figure had double jointed elbows now. But this is a really good looking Sue Storm. I think I'll just leave that windswept hair on the Emma Frost figure and keep this hair on this figure. And in case you were curious, this was the head she came with, and this is the head that she has on her now. What do you guys think? An improvement, or would you still keep searching? Height-wise, Emma Frost does stand right at 6.5 inches tall. And for some size comparison, here she is compared to Cyclops, in case, you know, something happens in Season 2. Who knows? Alright, toy fans, well, that's my review of the X-Men 97 Sunspot and Emma Frost figure. I haven't beaten around the bush on this one. I think Sunspot's mostly great. He has fun effects, he's got a great head sculpt, really great head sculpt in fact, and if it weren't for that odd color choice on the costume, I'd say he'd pretty much be perfect. But Emma is a tale as old as time with Hasbro at this point. She's a figure we all want, that we keep wanting, and we keep waiting for Hasbro to finally deliver us one worthy of the character and worthy of our collection shelves. And for whatever reason, they just won't give her a cloth cape and get rid of those darn heels. As prices keep increasing for Marvel Legends figures, if you find these guys for $28, and while Sunspot is definitely picking up the slack for these two, I'm saying it's probably worth waiting for a sale. Thanks for joining me today, toy fans. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, go ahead and give it a like and share it with your friends. You guys can always keep up with me at D21Beast, and I'll see you guys next time.